Hello, welcome. You're with your friendly Maureen. I decided to add a new series to that channel, even though I'm not consistent all the time. It's because for a while sometimes I think that sometimes it's better for me to just shut up, and I don't want to do videos just for people to like me or for people to hate me, whatever. Of course, I don't want people to hate me. Please, please, please love me. Since I'm watching a lot of videos, whatever, in my free times, of course, and they say I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gen X Gemini. So, and they say that this year the Gemini, they have to let it out. They have to speak, even though usually we're pretty quiet when we have, not that we have nothing to say, but sometimes just to protect others, we decide to shut up. You know, that you don't want to shake too much the energy, whatever. You know what I mean? If you're a Gemini or if you know a Gemini, I'm not gonna do anything like talking about the astrology. I will not be talking about the how can to see the future of each sign, or especially the Geminis. No, I decided to show you a part of the Geminis. Like, maybe we don't all think the same way, but the process in our mind is quite similar, I would say. So, a lot of things is happening in our world, you know, and it's not that I have nothing to say about all this. Maybe I will have too much, and since most of people, they misunderstand, they misinterpret what a Gemini is saying, there's a lot of stuff that I will not say. But first of all, let me introduce myself as a Gemini. In that series, like, I'm not gonna talk only about one topic. As a Gemini, if you didn't hear me at the beginning, my interests are multiple. Like, almost everything interests me, and I'm curious about almost everything. So of course I'm gonna have different subjects in that series. But me personally, right now, like, human beings, I love them and I don't love them at the same time. What I mean by that is that when I meet people, like one on one, or maybe two people, two persons, that we can have a nice conversation, I love that. I don't like being in a crowd, or when there's too much people, sometimes that's when I become silent. Anyway, so, and what I love is psychology. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. Sorry for my French. Je suis pas un psychologue, ou je suis pas un psychopathe. Non, je suis pas psychopathe non plus. I'm not a psychopath. I'm not a psychiatre. That's what I meant. But anyway, that's too funny. You know, when you have lapses like this, usually it's the truth that comes out. So if I'm saying I'm not a psychopath, I'm not a psychopath, okay? So don't worry about that. Anyway, we, as Gemini, as you can tell, we love to laugh even of ourselves. So I'm a human being. I make mistakes also. Sorry to disappoint you, but yeah, I do mistakes. And I prefer to laugh about it than cry or say, oh, no, 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 no. Whatever. Anyway, so as I said, I love the psychology. And what goes with that, like, you might not really see the connections, but when you dream at night, it's a part of psychology, like how to interpret someone, or when your mind is telling you, things that you have to work on, or details that you didn't see during your daily life. But I'm not gonna talk about that right now, but I'm studying that and I love it. Yes, I'm starting to study that to interpret dreams, but I'm not starting in that field. Like, it's for many, many years, maybe more than 20 years, I would say, that I help my colleagues in the office to interpret their dreams. And one time, scrolling on Instagram, I saw that you can get a certificate doing that. So I said, I'm gonna get a certificate in what I'm doing right now. So I'm learning. There's a few stuff that I didn't know, but a lot of it I was doing naturally. It's just that I have the explanation now. It's more deeper, and I really love that course. Anyway, so, but I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm just presenting myself to you. Anyway, and I'm also reading a book from Chase Hughes. It's called Tongue, and he's talking about words. And words, how words, sometimes you have the impression that you can express more yourself or more your feelings with words, which is true, but also with using words, you're limiting yourself. Well, that's how I understood the book for now. I'm not even halfway through, but anyway, it's passionate. Like, that's my kind of that makes my brain go ooh. I love it. Can you tell? Anyway, so, and that book brought me thinking about the words that we use to try to specify everything, every human behaviors, whatever, or every little different mental, I don't want to say mental level, but like, okay, there's ADHD, there's autism, a spectrum of autism, and there's this and there's that. I will not. Anyway, some people think I have ADHD. Some people think I'm on the spectrum of autism. Maybe I am. I will not go see a doctor to have that sticker stick on my forehead, because all this is also the qualities of a Gemini. So I prefer to say I'm a Gemini. So that's why you will see me often say as a Gemini, this, Gemini, that. It's because I accept everything that goes with it. And it's like, I'm a human being. I'm not trying to compete with AI, the way I speak, the way I use my sentences. I don't try to be a robot. I'm a human being with emotions, with thinkings, and we should be all proud to be all different. We're all different and we're all the same at the same times. So be proud of it. Be human. I will not say that often enough. Anyway. And sometimes by putting stickers on certain category of group of humans, that you think that you're doing an inclusion, what happens, in my point of view, it's that you're separating them. You're doing a division. Like, okay, I'm not talking about against anybody, but if you go with the woke and all the non-binary, this and that and this and that, it's like, when you look at that, that's a lot of stickers and some of those you could combine together instead of trying to separate, like every little difference. Like, they are human. Just accept the differences that you have from a group or another group. You are human, I hope. If you have a soul. Do you have a soul? Anyway, that's another topic. I'm not gonna talk about that now. So, I'm trying to be as genuine and as real as possible. Even though I put a little makeup, you cannot have more natural than this. Like, I didn't even do my hair. This is natural stuff. Anyway, so, and what happens with all the division like this and what's normal, what's not normal, what you're supposed to do, what comes also the topic of trauma. Like the younger generations, they talk a lot about trauma. Okay, the oldest one also, but humanity, the history of humanities is a whole bunch of trauma. Every generation has their trauma. And it's not, yes, today it's good that you can see someone to help you go through your trauma. But we all do have, and I think a normal human being with a brain, most of us have brains that they can use, like whatever traumatized you when you were a kid, whatever, with the next generation or even with your own kids, you try not to bring the trauma from your past, from your childhood, to give them your trauma for them to have their own trauma, and then goes on and on and on. So even though by doing that, who says you're not doing a trauma to them? Like, let's say, like even the new generation that they try so hard to be inclusive and this and that, who says that the kids that you're having, you're not traumatizing them by educating them with your belief? Just be open. I'm asking, just be open. Who says you're not bringing another trauma in that human being's life? For sure you do, in a certain way. I'm not accusing you. I'm just trying to make you open your brain, open your eyes. Like, don't say, oh no, I don't want to traumatize them. I'm going to do like this. Even though you do like this, like that, thinking that you're doing the best thing genuinely in your heart. Of course, somewhere in their in the time that they're gonna grow up, there's gonna be trauma, because there's gonna be a new thing, a new philosophy at that time that won't fit with whatever you brought them, and it's like you're gonna be pointed like this, like we are, like we did with our parents, like our parents did with their parents, and so on. That's the human life. I'm talking about this like this because I will not say names. I didn't read the story fully in detail, but from what I heard, be specific, in Quebec, there was a story about one person doing problem to a hairdresser salon because of male female. Like, you have the male cut, the haircut, and the female haircut, and the person got offended because there was not an inclusion of something else. Sorry, I'm French, so maybe sometimes my wording is not on the spot, but anyway, I hate doing that like this. Like, I just realized I did that. Sorry. Anyway, so me personally, what traumatized me about hair salon, it's the price. The price of a haircut for men is a lot cheaper than a haircut for a woman. Like, sometimes it can go from $50 to $150. Okay, the style might be different, but anyway, like, that's what traumatized me the most. Not the names. Like, if something makes you so angry, especially that topic there, the male-female hair salon, why don't you open your own salon? and do what you would like to see in other salons. Why don't you make it? Be a pioneer. Don't make problem to one, problem to, yeah, you think you're fighting, maybe you really believe in your cause. Yes, society needs change, but I don't think that's where we should all fight and put all the money and energy. With everything that's happening, sorry, but I think that's futile. That's making problem temporarily. If you want to do change, do something else, I think, like something more major. But if you want to change, start the change with the salon. Do it yourself. Make your own salon. Make your own price. Make whatever you would like to see. Make it. That would be to be the change in the society that you want. Don't you think? Or is it easier to sue people, to bring injustice, to make money, thinking, oh, they're gonna learn, I'm giving them a lesson? No, all you do is that a big chunk of the society will just laugh at you or be angry with you, like, what a waste of time. Your time, their time, everybody's time. Yes, we need, yes, we need some changes in the society. I agree with that. But personally, I think it's not exactly the good way to do. You want change? Make it change. Don't go like this on people. Because some people, they like to fight, and that shows me that you're just a fighter, but not in a good way. In my perspective, I hope people understand my point of view. You see, the misunderstanding that you can have with a Gemini, that's here, that I will see if yes or no you can try to understand what I'm meaning, or if you decide to fight what I'm saying. Anyway, so some people say, oh, the woke people are like this, like that. As a French person, I saw the different meaning of being woke and being awake. And you see all how trying to be precise in the words, you just divide and you're not uniting. Woke and awake is supposed to be from the verb to wake up. But how you decide to wake up, even there, like, there's a division. How do you wake up? Like, by being woke or by being awake? Think about that. I'm not here to debate. I'm not here to fight. I love to shake a little bit people. I don't want people to think like I think. No. If you just take the time to think, my mission is done for now. I hope you enjoyed that video. Just comment, share, like. You can also, how do you say it, s'abonner, to subscribe to my channel. So, see you next time. I hope you liked it though. Even though you don't agree with me, I hope you liked it. And respect. If you have a comment to do, always respect. By respect, even if we're different, like, we can build something together if we respect each other when we talk. So if you comment with respect, I will answer with respect. See you. Bye.